If you're looking for ideas for holiday gifts and decor, a good place to start is to thumb through a few holiday craft magazines. This is the Better Home and Gardens Holiday Crafts, and I was lucky enough that they featured one of my designs in their magazine. And I'm going to share that with you today on how I make my Appliqué gingerbread pillow. And stay tuned. So you want to gather some supplies for this project, and I have some buttons, we have some rickrack, and you'll need maybe a few pins, your fabrics, pattern, scissors. There is a pattern pack in the magazine, but you can find printables online for free, or maybe you have a cutting machine like a Cricut, you can find something there, or you can draw something. And this is the pattern I'm going to use. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut out your burlap squares. And you want to cut them out. This is a 10-inch pillow, so you can cut them out at 11 inches. I came up with this idea of using felt for a lining. And this is felt by the yard. This color is a tan or a cashmere. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take them to your sewing machine, and if you have a serger machine, you can use that for the edging. And you're going to attach your burlap to your felt fabric and zigzag around the edge. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out a gingerbread man. And this fabric that I chose is like a faux Sherpa, or possibly you could use a boucle, or maybe you would call this a teddy bear fabric. This one has the backside a corduroy attached. The nice thing about when I'm looking for an applique fabric is if there's a backside attached, it makes it really easy to place your pattern down. I forgot to grab a pen. So you'll place your pattern down and you'll draw around with a pen. After you've cut out your pattern, you're going to attach it to one of your squares centered. You can see here I added a few straight pins to keep the applique from shifting. I'm selecting a top stitch on my machine, and I'm going to be using these heavy duty needles. I also put my machine on a slow stitch because mine has a speed variation. This helps keep me from skipping stitches while going through the thick, heavy layers of applique. And then you're going to take your rickrack and you're going to cut a few pieces, and you're going to sew those on with a white thread on a top stitch on the legs and the arms here. When I have the white thread in still in the machine, I'm also going to add some eyes and a mouth. I chose to do a zigzag stitch. As you can see here, I am lightly marking a guide of where I'll be sewing on the face. This step is optional, but it does help to kind of guide you around as you're freehanding the face on. You want to set your machine to a zigzag stitch with 0.1, maybe 0.2 in length and about 4.5 in width. Drop your presser foot and your needle and go ahead and freehand the eyes and mouth on. After that, you're going to clean up any loose threads that you can. This is the ribbon that I chose to make the bow with. You can change the ribbon up if you'd like to do red and white or some other festive print. Will look really nice. You're going to attach the bow and you're just going to stitch around the square in the center. Next, you're going to attach your buttons. You can hand sew them. I chose to machine sew them. Once you've completed your gingerbread applique, you're going to add the squares together. So you're going to go back to one of your squares and you're going to place these right sides together. So after you've sewn your squares together, you're going to turn it right side out from the bottom here. And I like to get my corners turned out with my fingers. Well, I use my nails, but I really like to use a tool. So take your time and turn your pillow right side out. And then when you're done with that, you're going to square out your corners. And one of the final steps is stuffing your pillow with a fiber fill. This is polyfill batting. And then once you've stuffed it, make sure you even out any lumping and fit it into the corners nicely. And you're going to sew the bottom up with a blind closure stitch. And there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. And that's my tutorial for a gingerbread holiday pillow that you can create and add to a little basket or on a little bench. And it also makes for a nice gift.